The house stood silent. An unsettling stillness hung in the air. It was October 13th, 2021, inside 122 Canebrake Drive, Greer, South Carolina. A scene of unimaginable horror awaited. Christina Parcell, a beloved member of the community, was gone. Her life brutally taken. She was found lifeless, a victim of a frenzied attack. The brutality of it all shook the community to its core. Who could have committed such a heinous act? Neighbors were in shock. Christina, known for her kindness, was a dedicated veterinary technician. Her warmth and compassion touched the lives of animals and humans alike. Now the neighborhood was a crime scene. The yellow tape a stark contrast to the autumn foliage. Fear and suspicion cast a long shadow over the once peaceful street. The small town of Greer had never seen such a crime. The serenity of the neighborhood shattered. The investigation began, a desperate search for answers in the face of unspeakable tragedy. Every piece of evidence was crucial, each clue a potential step closer to uncovering the truth behind Christina's untimely demise. The investigation quickly focused on the evidence. Every detail mattered. Investigators meticulously combed the crime scene. They were looking for any trace of the perpetrator. Among the scattered belongings and signs of struggle, two pieces of evidence stood out. A neighbor's CCTV footage captured a shadowy figure. The figure, cloaked in a black hoodie and backpack, lurked near Christina's home. The footage was grainy, but the image was chilling. Who was this mysterious figure? Was it a random passerby or someone with a sinister motive? The second clue lay just a stone's throw from the crime scene, an abandoned bicycle. Its presence was both eerie and perplexing. Was this the mode of transport for the shadowy figure in the video? The bicycle became a symbol of the mystery, a tangible link to the unknown assailant. Detectives hoped it held the key to unlocking the truth. As investigators delved deeper, they uncovered a tangled web of relationships. Christina's personal life, once seemingly ordinary, now held the potential for dark secrets. The investigation was about to take a dramatic turn. Every witness, every friend, and every family member held a piece of the puzzle. The truth, it seemed, lay buried beneath layers of complex relationships and hidden resentments. Christina Parcell was more than just a victim. She was a woman with dreams, aspirations, and a loving heart. Her life revolved around her work at the veterinary clinic and her daughter. Her compassion knew no bounds. Friends and colleagues described her as a bright light. She had a contagious laugh and a warmth that drew people to her. But behind her cheerful demeanor, Christina carried a burden, a dark secret that haunted her. Christina was embroiled in a bitter custody battle with her ex-partner, John Mello. The relationship had long since soured, leaving behind a residue of resentment and fear. She had confided in friends about her concerns. John, she feared, was unstable. Her fears for her daughter's safety weighed heavily on her mind. She had even reached out to social services, desperate to protect her child. As the investigation progressed, detectives learned more about John Mello. His past was littered with red flags. A history of legal troubles painted a disturbing picture. He had faced allegations of harassment and even violence. The custody dispute over their daughter was fraught with tension. John was fighting tooth and nail to regain custody. He even went so far as to pursue legal action in Italian courts. John Mello was a man shrouded in mystery. His relationship with Christina had been tumultuous. Neighbors often heard arguments erupting from their home. Now, with Christina gone, John became a person of interest. His past painted a disturbing picture. He had a history of run-ins with the law. Allegations of domestic violence and harassment raised serious concerns. John's volatile nature was no secret. He had a short fuse, and his anger often spiraled out of control. Christina had borne the brunt of his rage in the past. Now, with her silenced, investigators couldn't help but wonder if John's anger had finally reached a boiling point. The custody battle over their daughter was particularly acrimonious. John had lost custody, but he was determined to overturn the court's decision. He had hired lawyers in Italy, hoping to exploit legal loopholes. Christina had confided in friends that John's actions were motivated by spite. He wanted to punish her, to make her suffer. The custody battle was more than just a legal dispute. It was a bitter war of attrition. Section 5. Zachary, the pianist. As investigators dug deeper into Christina's life, a new figure emerged. Zachary Hughes, a 29-year-old pianist, had been drawn into Christina and John's orbit. He was a friend to both, a confidant who listened to their troubles. Zachary was a regular visitor at Christina's home. He often played the piano for her, filling the house with music. But beneath Zachary's charming exterior lurked a darker side. Investigators discovered that he had his own share of secrets. He was struggling financially, drowning in debt. Had desperation driven him to commit a desperate act? Zachary's relationship with John was particularly intriguing. They had met through Christina, but their bond seemed to run deeper than simple friendship. Zachary knew about the custody battle. He had listened to John's frustrations, his anger towards Christina. Had John confided in Zachary, sharing his darkest thoughts? The possibility of a conspiracy began to take shape in the minds of the investigators. Section 6. A battle for custody. The custody battle between Christina and John was more than just a legal dispute. It was a battle for control, fueled by resentment and fear. Christina had been awarded sole custody of their daughter. She feared for her child's safety, believing that John was unfit to be a parent. Her fears were not unfounded. John's history of violence and instability made him a danger to those around him. John, however, saw the custody decision as a personal affront. He accused Christina of manipulating the system, of poisoning their daughter against him. He vowed to fight for his parental rights, even if it meant dragging Christina through the mud. The custody battle took its toll on Christina. She was exhausted, both emotionally and financially. She confided in friends that she feared for her life. John had made threats in the past, and she had no doubt that he was capable of carrying them out. But despite her fears, Christina refused to back down. She was determined to protect her daughter, no matter the cost. Section 7. The arrest and the evidence. The investigation took a dramatic turn when Zachary Hughes was arrested. The pianist, once a trusted friend, was now the prime suspect in Christina's murder. The evidence against him was mounting. DNA found under Christina's fingernails matched Zachary's. Cell phone data placed him at the scene of the crime, and perhaps most damning of all, witnesses came forward claiming to have seen Zachary near Christina's home on the night of her murder. At first, Zachary maintained his innocence. He claimed to have been nowhere near Christina's home on the night of her death. But as the evidence against him grew stronger, his resolve began to crumble. During his interrogation, Zachary finally broke down. He confessed to murdering Christina, but his confession was even more shocking than his initial arrest. Zachary claimed that John had offered him money to kill Christina. He claimed that John had promised him a share of Christina's life insurance policy if he got rid of her. Section 8. Guilty as charged. The trial of Zachary Hughes was a media sensation. The courtroom was packed with reporters, eager to document every twist and turn of the case. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence against Zachary, including DNA evidence, cell phone records, and eyewitness testimony. They argued that Zachary had killed Christina for money at the behest of John Mello. Zachary's defense team countered that their client was innocent, a pawn in a larger game he didn't fully understand. They argued that John had manipulated Zachary, exploiting his financial desperation and his loyalty to both John and Christina. After weeks of testimony and deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. Zachary Hughes was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison. The verdict sent shockwaves through the community. While many believed that Zachary was responsible for Christina's death, the question of John's involvement lingered. Section 9. Lingering shadows. Despite Zachary Hughes's conviction, questions remained about the case. Was John Mello involved in Christina's murder? Had he orchestrated the entire thing, using Zachary as a pawn in his twisted game? While John faced charges related to conspiracy and child pornography possession, he was never directly charged with Christina's murder. The case had a profound impact on all those involved. Christina's family was left devastated, struggling to come to terms with their loss. Her daughter, now an orphan, faced an uncertain future. The community of Greer was left shaken, their sense of security shattered. The dark secrets of the custody battle had been laid bare, revealing the depths of human cruelty and desperation. The case served as a chilling reminder that even in the most ordinary of places, evil can lurk just beneath the surface.